What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 94 of Lyon Live, here in Football Manager 2019. And today, I start with a confession. For the first time in 5 seasons, I've started recording an episode, glanced at my second monitor, and realised that I've not hit start recording. Now, the good news is you missed one continue. The bad news is you missed about 3 minutes of me setting up corners, or not corners, throw-ins rather, because of course this has been something that I mentioned before, it just wasn't set up correctly. I've just made it a lot more basic. We're going to do some short throw-ins on the wing, so yeah, I don't know if this routine's going to work for us. I'm hoping it will, but that is all that you missed. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, at least I didn't play a game and realise, I guess. Easily done. We'll try not to do it again. But yeah, throw-ins should be sorted. We shouldn't have players going onto the wrong wings, which is nice. And well, let's see how we get on in today's episode. We're going to be taking on Salzburg, who are third in the Champions League group that we're in. If we can beat them, we'd be in a good little position here. You can see PSG winning 2-1, 2 early goals for them. Nukara grabbing one. I was about to say, I've never heard of Nukara. That would be because he's a regen. He is 22. And he's a little bit nutty. Jeez, okay, he's very, very good. Plays a weird variety of positions as well. Can play centre-back or left wing. Take your pick. Apparently our game was the pick of the bunch, though, from the game week. But yeah, we're back again today. In terms of matches today, it's not quite going to be as action-packed as last time out, but hopefully we can get some good little results. You can see we've got Salzburg, Saint-Etienne, Dijon. I would like to get Brest in there as well, but we'll have to see how we get on. The progression times I've noticed have been a little bit slower this season compared to previous ones, which has naturally meant that some of the rambling between matches has gone on longer than in previous years. And whilst in the past I could get 4 matches quite comfortably done in about 45 minutes to an hour, not as easy now as it used to be. I could do with removing a few leagues at the end of the year. Anyway, you can see here more of our continued scout reports coming in on various players. We're going to have a nice little knowledge database built up here by the end, aren't we, of just good little players. This guy looks very good. I like the look of you. You can play a real variety of positions. How much are Club Bruges going to want? Club Bruges, by the way, have a reputation for producing really good players. They want 13 million for him. Yep, not able to justify that. The good news is a few of our players are doing well. Auger, how have you been getting on? You've been doing pretty well, actually. He's developed really well playing for Cagliari. I'm going to praise his development. Someone did mention last episode, like, Jack, you need to praise players more. Absolutely correct, and we'll praise Auger here. 7 games, to be fair, his average rating is blooming awful. But as long as he improves as a footballer, I'm not overly concerned. So, yeah, keep fighting the good fight, please, Auger. That is what I need from you. I did notice there, Marseille losing. I don't know how they're getting on this year, actually, Marseille. Of course, one of our big rivals. You'd certainly consider them one of the bigger French sides. They are currently down in 13th. Only 2 wins in their first 7. I say that. We've only got 4 wins in our first 7. We're already 8 points off PSG and 5 points off Monaco. It's not a great luck. I don't want to have to settle for this spot of being the 3rd best team. It's not nice. You can see here, Kone is doing well on loan. Let's talk to him and praise his development as well. We're just going to end up praising everyone at this rate, aren't we? Shadas has picked up an injury. Please don't be anything too serious. He's broke his blooming ribs. Right, send him to the specialist. Renato Sanchez out as well. I'm really upset. Shadas last episode was a little hero for us, and now he's out injured. Apparently, Gravenberch has been played outside of the agreed position. Have I got match reports? I haven't got match reports coming in on him. Let's have a look. How have you been doing, Gravenberch? At Napoli, 8 games, 2 goals? That's fine. He's not really developed as much as I would like, but if he's playing for Napoli on a regular basis, it's only going to help his reputation and hopefully up his value a little bit if it was to come to a point where we need to move him on, which at the moment, in the grand scheme of things, he's probably in that area. Anyway, you can see here I'm being told that we've not got suitable throw-in takers. I have now got it set so it's positionally done, I believe, the throw-in takers. I hope I've got it set up right, but yeah, the way we've got it set up now should mean whoever is left mid and whoever is right mid is taking the throw-ins, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to be in a situation where players are like playing vastly out of position. I've set it up so our strikers will stay forward. We're not going to go for any crazy long throw routines. Instead, looking to get it short, looking to hold on to possession rather than squandering it and leaving us open at the back. we'll have to see how that works out in our favour, I guess. You can see a Chiesa on off the bench for Fiorentina. Unfortunately, didn't have an impact. They lost 3-2 to PSV. Right, Salzburg we need to be wary of here. They've already beaten Liverpool. I've got to show them some respect. A win here, though, and we would be in a really, really good position. Our ball is doing work for us. 2 wins so far in the Youth Champions League. You can see here at 18, a ball could still turn into a good little player. Although I did notice there his star ratings aren't particularly exciting. Moise Keane, how are we looking, my friend? 9 days to 3 weeks, still not ready to play. Addons and Oliver, both with injuries, is a concern. We're a little bit light on attacking players on the bench as a result of all the various injuries we've got going on. Part of me wants to rotate the team for this match. The other part of me thinks, actually, we have got the game coming up against Saint Etienne, who are right down in the table next time. That might be a better game for us to rotate things around and be a little more experimental in. You can see here we are lacking players in the final third with the injuries we've got to Aouar, Shadas and James Taylor. And Moise Keane as well. Wow, yeah, we're kind of getting decimated a little bit through no fault of our own. I feel like we've done a pretty good job of rotating the team regularly. Unfortunately, it's not quite been enough for us. Renato Sanchez has played well when we've played him. I'm gonna give him more of a chance. We'll bring him in for Ndombele and see how he gets on. It did dawn on me last episode. We have a lot of Portuguese players in our team between the likes of Renato Sanchez, Trincao, Shadas, Oliver as well, I believe, is Portuguese. We've got our own little Portuguese contingent. They call us the French Wolverhampton Wanderers in this alternate timeline that I've developed. Anyway, let's see how we get on today, shall we? Hopefully, Gabels is going to continue to fire them. And look, Sunday's taking the throw in and he's going to take it short. Goes to Havertz. They do deal with it. Dabber. Why when I read his name do I want to dab? Havertz. Finish that, Gabels. He might be offside. We'll wait for VAR. Obviously, I'm now, as an Englishman, I'm used to VAR after its introduction to the Premier League this year. It is going to be consulted. I think it's marginal. I think he's on. Is he on? He is, I think. I don't know. You can see I'm sat down unsure myself. It looks like the players are resetting. Yeah, the goal's going to be given. Gabels with it, his 10th of the year. Havertz with a little assist. You can see here, Dabber gets the ball. We just don't let them get it out. Toussaint wins a crucial tackle. Havertz threads it through. Gabels, nice little finish actually in the end. Pretty ruthless. And with our first chance of the game within the opening minute, we get our noses in ahead. That is what I wanted to see to start things off here. You can see looking at the stats as well, it looks like it's all plain sailing as Renato Sanchez gets injured. What is with these injuries? It's not like I'm playing players who are injury prone or like a lacking condition. I mean, Ndombele, get on the pitch. Gabels, that's outside the box. We don't need to check it. He loves his VAR, this ref. Who is the ref today? It is Antonio Miguel Mateo Lahoz. That is definitely not how you say his name. It's a long name. Is that his full name or like his shirt name? I mean, footballers have their shirt names. He just goes with Antonio Miguel Mateo Lahoz. It's a penalty. I mean, I take it all back. That's why we've got VAR. It's the best addition to football ever. Thank you, Antonio Miguel Mateo Lahoz. Gabels, score it. There we go. I take it all back. Those are never given as penalties. That's almost as rare as appealing a red card and getting it rescinded. I mean, we'll take it. Gabels tucks it into the bottom corner. Keeper can't get down to it. He wants his hat-trick now. Sunday's picked up a booking. We'll tell him to ease out of tackles. But yeah, a win here puts us in a great position. Really, really good position. Ndombele. Can we get more? Is this going to be another one of our ruthless performances that we've had this year? Havertz hits it just the wrong side of the post. I mean, Dynamo Kiev are beating Liverpool. If they can hold on for that, that would make the group even better. It would mean that we're on 9 points and everyone else in the group is on 3 points. And with everyone still having to play one another, that would actually work out massively in our favour. Go on, Dynamo Kiev. Do it for us. Anyway, 2 goals to the good here. Deservedly so too. We've been pretty rampant in this first half. They've had 1 shot. I don't think it was even on target. Might be risking a little bit of complacency, but I'm going to praise them. Toussaint on a booking. We'll take him off for Lucas Romero just to play things safe. Hopefully now Romero doesn't get injured. Although, the way our luck has been going as of late, it wouldn't even surprise me at this point. Fingers crossed we can continue to do what we've been doing here, which is boss the game. And Ndombele, great tackle there. Maraudering on forward now. Where's he going with it? He's a man on a mission. Unfortunately, he's failed his mission, but he continues the press all the way to the keeper. I mean, I've got to respect the work rate, if nothing else. Sunday, out on the right-hand side. What is he going to do for us? Crosses it in. Maulida's there, and he's not scored all year. Finally, he gets his first. Scored very quickly into the first half. We've grabbed another very quickly into the second here. Sunday, beautiful little assist by the right winger. Picks it up deep here. Eder Militao spies him out on the wing. He kind of comes forward and then he takes the cross from a fairly deep area. Maulida, he's not a giant of a man, but he's won the header there and got some good direction on it, and it finds its way in. We'll take it. Havertz is not having the best of games, is he? I don't really want to make our last sub just yet. I'm just wondering who I'd want to bring on. It would probably be Freitas just to continue to work towards getting him up to match fitness. Liverpool have now equalised through Dembele. We are pressing very hard at the back here. They've got a few very good little ball-playing defenders that we need to be wary of. I recognise a few of these names. Not the best actual defensive players, but in terms of what they can do with the ball at their feet, these are guys who they make it work. Anyway, Wolf here. Now with Dabber. Liner. A clean sheet would be nice. It's not good. I mean, I was about to say it isn't going to happen. Fortunately for us, Minamoto has missed it horrifically there. They brought in now Haidara. Haidara's very good in FM. Haidara and the guy he came on for, if I'm not mistaken, they're quite similar players in terms of the type of player. They've now brought on Daka as well, who... I'm trying to remember what nationality. I want to say Zambian. If that's wrong, I apologise. I think this is one of those random pieces of knowledge that I know. Is he Zambian? I now want to check. Daka, yeah, look at that. Pointless knowledge that I don't need to know, but for some reason I've retained in my brain. I can never remember the stuff I need to remember, and then I can remember a random Zambian footballer who plays in the Austrian Football League. Liverpool have turned around the game. The dream, it lasted not too long, did it? Lucas Romero to Vargas. Good touchdown. Hits it. I mean, Vargas loves to score, and he loves to cut in on that stronger foot. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking we'll just play him out as a winger on the left side, cutting in on his right foot, and maybe we just do the same with Havertz on the right. And we don't want to play Sunday and when, you know, Aouar is potentially back fit. Nice goal though. Lucas Romero switches the play nicely. Vargas, one touch to get the ball out his feet, second touch to slot it away. Let's make a change here, shall we? I'm going to bring in Freitas. I'm going to bring him in for Havertz, who, to be fair, has now got an assist to his name. But I need to give the young Brazilian a run out. Freitas, a player with uncapped potential, as far as I'm concerned. And, well, it's going to finish 4-0 here. It's another convincing win in Europe. Hopefully, our rotated team is going to be able to come up with the goods in the Saint Etienne game we've got coming up. Haaland isn't going to get the cross in. For a second, I thought the clean sheet was at risk, but the assistant has bailed us out with his flag. 4-0 it finishes. We will take that every day of the week. That is exactly what we needed there. Now we will hope the Renato Sanchez injury isn't too serious. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, it could be worse, but given our kind of current fixture congestion, it is still a little bit of a cause for concern. Gabel's with another 2 goals to his name. He's got 4 goals in 3 Champions League games and 6 goals in 7 league games. He ain't doing too badly, is he? You'd have to feel like it's not going to be too long before he starts scoring for France as well. Right, we've now got our next game. I want to rotate things here. So I'm thinking Guille and David Diaz we play. Maybe even Kanate plays, you know. Could play Guille as the covering defender. He's got the athleticism. We'll rotate things a little in the midfield here. Unfortunately, with all the injuries we've got going on, though, the rotation is actually more limited than I would like to admit. Has Havertz forgotten how to play on the right? He hasn't. He has not. Although, Sunday's been doing pretty well. I don't really want to take off Sunday. Maybe I keep the final third similar. Could start Freitas. Could bring in Trincao if I wanted to for Vargas. We'll check how players' fitness is recovering. Part of me is like, man, I want to rotate the team a little bit more. But actually, the players who I'd want to rotate in, a lot of them are already injured. We'll rest up and see how we're looking up. Because you can see here, we've got the game on the Saturday, then a game on the Tuesday against Dijon. God bless the World Cup in Qatar, eh? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Nketiah, you can see that, saving Arsenal from humiliation against Zorya. I want to say they're a Ukrainian team. You guys can let me know if that is or isn't the case down in the comments. David, how are you getting on? You're playing for Gungam. I mean, you lost, but you're developing nicely. We'll give you a little bit of praise. Nice development, my friend. He's loving it. I'm loving it too, David. Or Big D, as we like to call him. Big Dave. It's ironic, because if I'm not mistaken, he's actually quite small. Not being particularly wowed by the star ratings of the players there. How's Venegas doing there? Venegas is like a star player. He's probably good enough to play for us if it wasn't for the foreign player limits. I mean, look how blooming good he is. He's not actually played that much, which is a bit disappointing. What was his squad status as part of the loan? Rotation. To be fair, he's probably been used as a rotation option. Relax. Relax. Look at that. He loves it. I love it too. Saint Etienne were relegated a couple of years ago, promoted last season. They are currently residing right at the bottom of the table. Down in that relegation zone. We need to be beating them, don't we? We need to be beating our rivals at the best of times, but in this kind of game more than ever. So we've got a rotated defence we're going to play. There are probably a few younger options in the midfield I can maybe look to play. We'll have a look at how things are looking. You can see here, more scout reports coming in. Kareem Thomas is still the man I want. Estimated cost has gone now down to between 20 and 41 million. I am going to make them an offer of 17 million and make it non-negotiable. And see if we can get him to kick off even more of a fuss. Thing is, if his contract does end up looking like it's going to expire and he's still unhappy, I can just get him on a free sooner rather than later. Vargas picks up Player of the Month with 3 goals in 3 matches. Not bad for a winger. David Diaz continuing to train well. I mean, look how good David Diaz is. What a player. What a player. Guille is also doing well. All the youngsters. All of the youngsters are just gods. And Freitas as well. Freitas is very exciting. There's lots of 15s there, which if they become 16s, magical things start to happen. I don't know what those magical things are. Stay tuned to find out, I guess. I feel like he's got a lot of potential and a lot of hope to live up to. We should perhaps just have a little look at how our Champions League group's looking. So you can see here we're ahead of Salzburg by 6 points, but obviously having just hammered them, we're in a really good spot where potentially if we beat Liverpool in our next game, I think it's Liverpool we'll be playing next, but if we were to beat them, we would be expectant, I feel like at that point, to be making it out the group stage pretty comfortably, potentially even with a game or 2 in hand, which would be nice. Emil Ollison has grabbed a goal whilst out on loan. It's only his 3rd goal of the season, but Mets are going well in the league. He is only 16 or 17, to be fair to him. So he's a young'un. He's got plenty of time to relax in. The fact he's scoring goals alone at a senior level aged 16 is reason enough, I feel like, to be positive about his future in the team. I was about to mention how it's the 1st of the month and it's like, you know, pinch punch 1st of the month, but I realise I'm sat on my own recording a Football Manager video at 10 PM on a Sunday night. There is no one to pinch or punch about this virtual 1st of August. Right, what are we going to do here? So we can bring in Romero, which is fine. The defence has already been rotated ahead of schedule here. I could bring in Trincao for Vargas. How's the fitness test looking? Maximum of 45 minutes. You know what? We'll give him it and see how he gets on. We can always bring in Vargas. Oliver, you can go onto the bench. Moise Keane, how's the fitness test going? Not recommended not to be selected. I'm sat there thinking, who else would I like to bring into the midfield? But with all the injuries and stuff we've got going on, there isn't any room for rotation, really. Players like Sunday, who probably are the more rotation options right now, are starting for us. Anyway, let's see how we get on here. Big performance for us again. I'm hoping Freitas, it would be nice to see grab a few. Bit of a defensive test as well here for our kind of back three, because it is a fully rotated defence at this point. So I have high hopes for them, that they're going to step up and they're just going to, well, hopefully guide us to victory and lead by example from the back. That will certainly be the hope. We'll have to see how we get on here. It's going to be a test, but I believe in them. Keep an eye, obviously, on Trincao out on the left-hand side. Freitas, number 39 as well. We've been a little hit and miss in the league so far, so I would like a very convincing result here. And, well, I'm a little bit nervous by the fact that they're on the attack here to start this highlight, as they work the ball really nicely. We are going to VAR. I don't think that was offside, which I guess is what we're going to check. My players seem convinced it was a goal, and indeed it was. I don't even want to watch the replay. Didn't look close to being offside to me. And all that talk about, oh, we need the defence to lead by example. Nah, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. They're playing a very narrow system. There's going to be a lot of space in the wide areas. I'm just wondering about switching our wingers to be more attacking. Doesn't necessarily seem like the worst idea in the world right now. So let's do it. Sunday looks like he's taken a knock and wants to come off. I mean, our injury worries continue. I guess we bring in Vargas now. That seems like the most logical thing to do. That might mean that Trincao has to play the full game despite his lack of match fitness. Statistically, 61% of the ball, we've had a half chance, they've had none, but unfortunately at the break, it is 1-0 to them. And the stats don't really matter, unfortunately. Show a bit of desire, boys. A single defensive lapse in concentration has cost us, although Freitas score here. He hits the woodwork. Oh, if he scores that, it's a completely different second half. Breaks through Freitas. We have the ball in the final third here. Villa, though, makes a crunching tackle. We have now switched to be more attacking. That could leave us even more exposed at the back. But we need to go for the jugular, it feels like. Nice tackle there by Romero. He can't get to the second one, though. Our young defence needs to remain switched on here as Kazri has it and goes to Varda. Now with Walter. Tackled away and lumped clear. Freitas trying to lead from example at the front with the press. Forcing them to go long. Kanate wins that ball. Freitas holds it up to Trincao, who is definitely struggling out there. Crosses it in, headed away. All the way out to Vargas on the right-hand side, who elects to go it alone down the byline. Lovely little run. Dinks in Cabells. Nods it to Freitas. That is a lovely, lovely goal. And, well, Freitas, there you go. I think that might be his first ever goal for Lyon, and indeed it was. I saw the commentator there mention it. Not a bad time to get it against our rivals, but now we need to just keep it on going here. I'm going to switch back to positive, but yeah, Cabells glances it down on the half volley. Freitas just sweeps it into the bottom corner. A lovely little finish there. We do need to win this match, though. Make absolutely no mistake. We have not been good enough here. Demand more. Could make some subs as well. Who would we bring on, really? Havertz has been awful. I don't really have an option for him, though, with all the injuries we've got. I mean, it would have to be Oliver who comes in. Let's be honest, he doesn't set the world alight. But Oliver, show us what you can do, my friend. Trincao now gets injured. For God damn it, what is happening? What is in the water? This is a bit of a situation. We are now playing musical chairs with our team. We've got Oliver out on the right, Freitas at Trequartista and Vargas now on the left. I have to hope that's not a serious injury. I know we've gambled on his fitness a little bit, not really through choice, just through the other injuries we got, meaning we didn't have the option to bring on in Vargas, who I wanted to bring on at half-time in the game. Man, that is, I mean, the unfortunate injury scenario this year could end up being what costs us. It's a World Cup year, so the fixtures are super dense. You know, the fixture list is, well, it's full, let's be honest. The book that they have all the games listed in, it is full to the brim. And even small injuries, a 2 or 3 week long injury is like 6 matches missed. As good bells, you've got to score that, my friend. Oh, that is an awful, awful miss. Going to demand more and also switch more attacking. I am praying now that Trincao injury isn't long term, because these injuries are slowly but surely grinding down our first team. 5 minutes to get a goal here. If we don't get it and it's another draw, it's absolutely disastrous. I don't even know what to say, folks. Like, the injuries are just decimating our team right now. Oh, it's frustrating, isn't it? It's frustrating. That is not good enough. Please don't be a serious injury. He's out for 2 to 3 months. Look at this list. This is all attacking players. I guess Renato Sanchez is the exception, but still, I'd kind of throw him in that mould. And just as a few are coming back, you know, Aouar isn't too far away, neither is Addons, but... Oh, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. I mean, we must be right at the top of the injury table, right, for the league. I want to check now. I'm starting the conspiracy theories. Overall detail. I feel like injuries is down here, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I can just go to the injury centre, I guess. It's not really a tab that I use at all. So those are the injuries we've had so far this season. It's mad. It's actually mad, the amount of injuries we've had. We had, what, 1, 2, 3, 5 injuries in July, 5 in August, 5 in September, and we've got another one here on the 1st of October. It's like the game wants me to be upset. Aouar's obviously a huge miss for us, but the injuries kind of just go beyond that, because in it all being attacking options, getting injured, I'm kind of losing all my plan Bs. It's kind of ironic, because I've got so many players out on loan at the moment that I've loaned out, and then we've just had this absolutely just mental injury. Can I call it an injury crisis at this point? I feel like I can. So Aouar's still going to be out for the foreseeable future. Moise Keane, I need you back, my friend. I might be slightly annoyed today. I don't like to be annoyed either. When I'm annoyed, I don't like the videos. The videos aren't as good when I'm irritated at the game. But like all of you, I am human. It's unfortunate that with a YouTube save like this, I can't just do what I'd normally do if I was getting annoyed and just step away, you know, walk away, ignore it. Also, Vargas and Eder Militao have been dropped. I mean, that's good. It means they're not going to play as much. Which, the way this season's going, might even be a blessing. Right, more scout reports. I don't care too much about them, I don't think. I wouldn't mind just having a little look actually on the player search screen at players with contracts expiring in a year. Hoping most of the players now that we should be interested in we've scouted, so now we can look at the most recommended kind of players. I did see Messi. I mean, Messi's there. Can I sign Messi? Probably going to have issues with his wages, I'm going to be honest. There's a 19-year-old here who's Argentine, who apparently has a lot of potential, but he is 19. He's not exactly getting younger. Phil Foden's up there. I keep having to remind myself I'm not managing in England right now. You know, I don't need English players. I've not got like a foreign player limit to deal with. I mean, Luis Suarez would be nice, wouldn't he? Has Reece Nelson developed on this save game? The answer is he hasn't. Although he is only 22. Underwhelmed by the options there. I've just seen Monaco have drawn. So that makes me feel slightly better now about our result. Although our draw came against the team who were like right at the tail end of the table. I'm also just thinking about this Dijon game and wondering if I need to rest players more. Which I undoubtedly do. Oh, the injuries. The injuries, the injuries, the injuries. They've come and they've hit hard today. It's probably the best way to describe them. And it has impacted my enjoyment of playing FM. Usually I can come into, like, you know, a game of Football Manager and just be happy, clappy. I'm a happy, clappy chappy, you know? The sky is blue, the sun is shining. Today, no. It's raining on me. I've left my coat at home. My umbrella's gone inside out in the wind. Like, it's a bit of a mare. All our players failing fitness tests. That is going to be a recurring theme, I fear. Right. I mean, the injury risk is high, but it's kind of high in all the players that we've got. So, I mean, yeah, there's not a lot I can do. Toussaint is one booking away from a suspension. Our next league game is against Brest, who are in third. With that in mind, I might play Romero instead. It feels like the right thing to do. And Dombele's in a similar situation. I think we've got a chance in a few of these players. Moise Keane, I really shouldn't be playing you. I shouldn't be playing either. I mean, the bottom line here is that I should probably just promote someone from the reserves. Like Bast. Bast, come to the first team. Come have a party with us. Burrow, you don't play a position that we play. Florian Dupont. Do you want to join us, Florian? How about you, Oliver? To be honest, at this point, Oliver might actually be useful. I can't believe I'm saying that. That is a kind of a pretty good summary of our current situation. The other option would be someone like Verdier, but no, he's not ready. I mean, I have players like Auger, Keita. Like, maybe I shouldn't loan out quite as many players, but it's good just to get their wages covered and get them playing regular football. I feel like this is like a once in a FM career kind of style injury situation we've got going on. And it's kind of like a snowball in the sense that I'm having to play players back to back to back to back in games where they're not really strictly fit enough to play in. But as a result, they're getting injured, and so it's just kind of a cycle that's repeating. I mean, Bast, congratulations, mate. You are still learning to play right mid for us. You might... I mean, do I just play him? I might just play him at this point. Our lead has been so bad for us. You know what, Bast, just have a run out, mate. We're taking on Dijon. I favour you, though, mate. You're going to do a job for us. If he scores now, I look like a genius. When it inevitably goes completely wrong, I cry. I could play him actually as a trequartista. There's going to be a big blob of red if we were to look at the analysis stuff. I could swap him with Freitas, play him at Trek. Although he can't even really play there. What am I doing? Right, just this will do. I don't care if he's not familiar with the role. He can just run around like a madman. He's got the number 14 shirt. He's Henri reincarnated. I believe. Like, well, where is he? I think I've managed to click on him there. We'll keep an eye on him today. Where are you, Bast? Why can I not click? He's too fast. It says 20 agility. Have we got a penalty? Have we got... I mean, it would be a nice little start to the game. Referee, go and consult your VAR machine. VAR is getting its money's worth today. I mean, I assume this is going to be a pen. It looked in the box, unless now it's going to be outside. It's going to be the reverse of the earlier decision. Was it in or outside? Ooh. Okay, it is a penalty. It wasn't even about that. It was about if it was a foul or not. I kind of want to make Bass take it, but I don't think the pop-up comes up to change your penalty taker here. Give him a red card as well, ref. Change player, right. Bast. You're going to do it for us, Bast, I believe. Here he is, the boy, the big man on campus, the head honcho, the top sausage, the big banana. It's the German beast. Never in doubt. I might panic slightly. I might It's his 11th of the year. 10 of those have been for the reserve team playing in like the 4th tier of France. Let's savour the fact he scored here for us. Never doubted him. Never. I mean, Gabels is sat there thinking, Gaffer, what is this? What are you doing? You're ruining my goal a game ratio. But it was for the greater good. We've got to get the youngster's confidence flowing. He's going to get a hat-trick now. Promoted from the under-23s or the under-21s on the eve of the game. Just told, yeah, you're gonna play. You know, the injuries have got so bad at this point that I just need strikers. Keep an eye on him. He's lurking. Romero to Freitas. Give it to him. Look at him. He's going to thread through Gabels. Look at the ball. I mean, Bast would have scored it. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Bast would have scored that effort by Gabels if the shoe was on the other foot. Lenglet, nice little win. I mean, there he is again. He's omnipresent. He's just everywhere. Look at him go. Vargas cutting inside. Freitas now with it. Goes wide to Bast, who does give it straight away, to be fair. I just noticed that we've got Vargas and Havertz on opposite wings. I forgot that I clicked on the best 11 preset. I mean, to be fair, this is probably what I consider our best 11. I just wonder if Sunday would be a better option than Bast. But no, probably not. Militao brings it forward. I mean, I kind of just respect the run of a centre-back to do that. It's slightly concerning that he has done it, to be fair, but as long as it doesn't cost us, I'm not going to complain. We lead through that penalty. It's really been the only chance that we've had of real significance in this game. Dijon have struggled, although when you look at their formation, it's not entirely surprising. They are parking the bus and evidently looking to hit us on the break. It's 1-0. It could be a few more. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. I want them fired up. I want them angry. I want them mean. Sunday is on the bench, right? Yeah, he is. Good. I mean, at this point, I feel like Bast has to see out the game. We'll see how we get on in this second half. We're on the attack here. Havertz throws it to Romero. I mean, this looks like a lot better a throw-in routine, to be fair. We're throwing it short and just working the space. Ndombele hits the woodwork. Falls to Kai. What a cross that is. It's ambitious, but the technique was superb. This is just the pointless highlight. Why show me that little bit there, FM? I just knew it. I just slumped back in my chair, accepted my fate. We're unbeaten in a long kind of run now at this point this year. Unfortunately, we've had a few too many draws. Like a game against Saint Etienne, and like this game potentially here, we need to remain switched on. Vargas to Romero, Ndombele. What are you going to do? Bast is there. Look at him. Look at what a player. Ndombele who hits it. I mean, he's got to hit the target there, really, hasn't he? Freitas has underwhelmed me, so we're going to do a little shuffle. We're going to move Vargas out onto his preferred left wing, move Havertz into Trequartista, bring Sunday out on the right wing, an injection of pace in the wide area. Bast has actually performed better than Gabels, although I think that's just an inflated average rating for the match based off his what would you call it, based off the fact he scored, because the ratings in Football Manager are very fickle. You can have the worst game ever and suddenly you score and you're a god. Or as a defender, clean sheet, you're laughing, you concede, you go down from an 8.0 to like a 6.6 instantly. I do think it's easy to get too invested, shall we say, in the average ratings. They are important, of course, but at the same time, you've got to look at them in context and understand how Football Manager rates them. Nice build-up play here, by the way, as Vargas cuts inside, lays it off to Bast, who breaks through. Was he fouled? Was he? I mean, give Bast the penalty if it was. It's not a penalty. Oh, I was ready to pause it and change the taker. I don't like VAR anymore. I've in all the VAR situations, penalties given, offsides given. Penalties, were they in or outside the box given? Decisions overturned. Who knows what's going to happen today? Eder Militao dinks it. Markovic is there. Should get it on the rebound. He does. It's 2-0. We're laughing. I'm going to bring in Maulida for Gabels. And I think with our last change, We'll just bring in Guillet for Langley, just to give Guillet some game time. Give him the last 13 minutes. We're 2 goals to the good. We've not had a shot against us in this game. Nice little goal. It's a shame it took 2 attempts by Markovic. Would have loved it if he'd scored that first one. It was actually a really good save. But the good news is the defender was alert to the rebound. He reacted fastest. And well, I brought in Guillet. Watch us now concede instantly. And Ndombele clears it up. Maulida's going to be sniffing around for opportunities, you can bet. He's lost his first team spot to Bast. Of course he's going to be looking to impress and shine. He knows that Moise Keane is coming back to fitness. He knows that James Taylor is coming back to fitness. We need to defend this here. We're not going to. Who is that? Was that Vargas? Mate, did you just... I can't click... Too quick for me to click on. Whoever it was... Questionable marking. I mean, here he is. Vargas. Wrong. I mean, Jadas scores it. Unfortunately, he's broken his ribs. I think he could play with broken ribs, to be fair. Just make him like a papier-mâché shell that you can wear, like a cast. Might impact his breathing a little bit, but that's fine. He just comes on to take set pieces. He's like a kicker in rugby. Doesn't need to be involved in anything. He's got one job in life, and it's to, well, put in an excellent dead ball for us. Anyway, 2-0 result there. Good little win. Has raised my mood slightly, although Eder Militao repeatedly being scouted does concern me. Especially because it's Man City sniffing around. He doesn't want to look at a new contract. I mean, mate, bad news for you. You got 5 years left on your current contract, so you're stuck here unless they offer an amount that my board decide that they can't refuse. Just going to rejig our wage budget so we're under budget. Obviously, we've got a few youngsters joining us. I'm looking forward to seeing Spagnolo develop. And, of course, we've got Stavarace, which isn't how you say his name. Thank you to the Romanian viewer who told me that it's incorrect. But Stavarace, it just sounds like a 70s action figure. At least to me. You can let me know what it sounds like to you. But Stavarace, I don't know. It rolls off. It sounds like a footballer. It sounds exotic. Vaquera. A little bit concerned that we've signed him prematurely, but we did bring him in for 1.1 million. I don't think we're going to make a loss on him, to be fair. I mean, that little win there helps us out a bit. We're now only 2 points behind Monaco. Are they playing on the Wednesday? Let's have a look, shall we? I can only assume there's a full set of fixtures to come on the Wednesday. There normally is in Liga. It's pretty rare that one team plays midweek and no one else does, unless they're playing games in hand towards the end of the year. But then again, this year is, well, it's a weird year, isn't it? Lucas Romero no longer feels unwanted. Oh, I never want you to feel like that, Lucas. You're always wanted here. At least he's happy. That's what matters. Right, Ugzed, do us a favour. Marseille in 17th. Do us a favour. Come on, I believe in them both to win, to end today's episode. Do it for us. Do it for us, boys. Monaco won 3-2. I mean, Marseille, I expected so much. You've let me down. Now we just anxiously wait for the PSG game where they also won. We're tied with Bordeaux and Brest on 17 points. We do have better goal difference, which I guess is something. All our players being involved. All of them having absolutely awful average ratings, but they're all involved. Rodrigo Antonio, you've not scored yet in 8 games. That's concerning. David, you did okay. Kone, you did okay. De Jong, look at the average rates. How's Petrenko done so far? I mean, he's not done amazingly. He's kept 2 clean sheets in 9, but he's developed. And that's what matters. How's Tizzy done? Tizzy hasn't really developed. I'm a little bit worried that Tizzy's getting close to maxing out his ability. I'm going to warn him about his recent form. I'm actually going to tell the same to Rodrigo Antonio as well. What is his average rating? 6.52. Oh dear. Right, step it up. So next episode we've got the games against Brest, Guingamp, Sochaux, and I think we'll try and get the Liverpool game in if we can. I just want to stop playing for today because all the injuries have annoyed me a little more than I would like to admit. I mean, look at it. It hurts to see. I wouldn't mind if a few of them were to centre-backs. I mean, who's back soon? Keane is back in 5 to 10 days. Aouar's back in 6 to 12 days. Taylor, when are you back? 2 days. Might be fit enough for the bench. And then we've also got Shadas. It's all the Portuguese players. We've got Shadas out for 4 to 7 weeks. Trincao out for 7 to 10 weeks. And Renato Sanchez out for 5 days. I wish that we didn't have all these injuries to deal with, but we do. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Be fine. I hope. Bast, you're not going to play the next game, I'm afraid. Even though you did score on your debut and you are now officially a cult hero, who knows? Maybe he'll make an appearance before the end of the year again. Want him to learn to play out on the right. I feel like he could be pretty good there. Maybe as a little alternative to Sunday. I mean, they've both got 20 acceleration, so that's something. Bast actually has crazily good physicals. And he is only 8. I mean, I'm excited for the future of our right wing, but Sunday is the better player, at least at the moment. But anyway, folks, I've rambled on for long enough. We're going to quickly rejig our starting lineup, but I'll see you guys next time. We've got Brest to come up. They are in 4th or 5th in the league. Not going to be easy. See you guys for it tomorrow. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.